Price River is a working river. Water is diverted out of it for agriculture, for industry, for municipal use. Those are good things. But when we make changes to a working river, sometimes we leave things in the river that we don't really need there anymore and are not safe for people and are not good for fish. That was the case with Helper. Several years ago, a bunch of the ditches around Helper consolidated into one diversion and left piling structures throughout the river, old diversions that needed to be removed. In about 2013, riverrestoration.org approached Helper City and offered to help them put together a plan. It was a 6-phase plan that they proposed to cost $6 million to remove 6 different structures and make the river passable for people floating downstream and for fish moving upstream.
Visiting here, you just recognized that there was a big need. I mean, the river was severely degraded with incisions into the channel and then a series of abandoned diversion dams that created fish barriers and navigation hazards. And just the town itself, was kind of in this resurgence phase, and we just felt like it was a great opportunity.
Removing the old diversions was critical to the health of the river. It was critical to the health of some endangered species and to allow a recreational passage so that people could engage the river.
The Price River is important because of the species that occupy the river, from endangered species at the mouth to conservation species. With that diversity, the river can be highly important.
The Price River through Helper is home to several native species. Native cutthroat, we have Colorado River cutthroat there, but probably the most important conservation species that we were worried about is bluehead sucker.
When you have a barrier of sorts that we have on the Price River, fish can't get past them. We have fish above the diversion and below the diversion. The problem with the diversion is we can't have those two individuals or groups intermingle together and spawn together, move up. And one of the key factors of a cutthroat and a bluehead is to move upstream into the headwaters to find gravel bars and spawn on those.
We started with a master planning process, identified kind of areas that we wanted to focus on, and then we just actually stepped through that process from phase 1, which is right here in downtown, to kind of spreading to the outskirts.
The first phase was Helper Beach, which was done in 2014, and we worked on the next phases for nearly a decade until we did the final and biggest phase of Gigliotti Diversion, a 15-foot concrete dam, in 2023. The construction process for completing the Gigliotti Diversion was pretty extensive. We had to drill out concrete and haul that out, and then we had to quarry rocks in a nearby canyon to haul them over to the river. It took hundreds of tons of rock to complete that project. To pull off a big plan like 6 diversions and piling structures removed from a river, we had to pull together a pretty good partnership to fund it and to get it done. River Restoration came in and acted as our design and build consultant. Helper City supported it all along the way and was the fiscal agent, and Trout Unlimited came in to help with volunteers and with raising money.
Yeah, the National Fish Passage Program is designed so we can work with many partners, federal agencies, state agencies, and nonprofits, and even individuals. In this case, we were able to work with Trout Unlimited and Jordan Nelson, who is very instrumental in getting this project off the ground.
We're happy to see people using the river. People are floating on the river from Gigliotti all the way down through the town of Helper and using it and enjoying that as a resource where they couldn't before.
Today, people look at the river and they absolutely love it. More people are walking on the river walk, more people are tubing and engaging the river. So I think it's really been a welcome change to return it to a better, natural, healthy space. And the community absolutely is loving every minute of it.
We're also happy that fish are able to use the river. We're getting reports of people catching cutthroat, and we know that fish can move up and down much better than they ever could.
Yeah, this has been kind of a unique experience for us. A project that lasts 10 years, multiple phases. You come back to the same community over and over again, and you really get to know the people and see the impacts of what this project's doing. Not only from the recreation standpoint and people are kind of embracing the river, but also to see some of these endangered fish species like bluehead sucker being found more in the river reach.
I would love to see some additional phases. We're talking conceptually about what else can we do to increase the health of the river.
We're super excited about all the projects we've been able to get done. but we're not done yet. The Helper River revitalization is completed with all 6 phases, but there's a lot more work to do on the river. And Trout Unlimited is committed for the long haul to keep on going to make the river better for people and for fish.